Hello, welcome to Kudal Mudal. I'm Avnaja, and in this video, firstly, I'd like to thank my parents and my friends for showering me with so much love and support. I love you guys. And now, let's begin the video. So, while talking to some of my friends, they complained about not being able to start reading because the sheer length of the book overwhelmed them. Some of them complained of being short on time. Some who were wanting to get back to reading told me that they didn't find something that caught their attention for a longer duration of time. So all these discussions with them made me think that maybe I should do something about it. So I decided to compile a list of books that are interesting enough to keep you glued to your seats, yet short enough to not give you back pain. You can enjoy these books in a single day or a single sitting if you like. So the books I've decided to make you read are, I'm sure, going to make the seasoned readers as well as the rookies feel good about reading them and give them a great experience. So now let's open the door to our magnificent world of books. So today I'm going to recommend you 5 books, all of different genre, so that we have something for everyone. All these books, if you choose to read them, are going to take you on different paths, but one destination: contentment at having journeyed to these paths and enjoyed the process. Okay, so let's see what the first book is. The first book is called Tuesdays with Mori. This one is a really special book. This is for anyone wanting a little insight on life, its complexities, its beauty, and some sound advice about how it ought to be lived. It's about an old man, a young man, and life's greatest lessons. Let me read a little something for you, which I find very appealing. I cry all the time now, he said. Never mind. Amazing, I thought. I worked in the news business. I covered stories where people died. I interviewed grieving family members. I even attended funerals. I never cried. Mori, for the suffering of people half a world away, was weeping. Is this what comes at the end? I wondered. Maybe death is a great equalizer, the one big thing that can finally make strangers shed a tear for one another. Mori hummed loudly into the tissues. This is okay with you, isn't it? Men crying. Sure, I said, too quickly. He grinned. Ah, Mitch, I'm going to loosen you up. One day I'm going to show you it's okay to cry. Yeah, I said. Yeah, he said. We laughed because he used to say the same thing nearly 20 years earlier, mostly on Tuesdays. In fact, Tuesday has always been our day together. Most of my courses with Mori were on Tuesdays. He had office hours on Tuesdays, and when I wrote my senior thesis, which was pretty much Mori's suggestion, right from the start, it was on Tuesdays that we sat together by his desk or in the cafeteria or on the steps of Pullman Hall going over work. So it seemed only fitting that we were back together on a Tuesday here in the house with the Japanese maple out front. As I readied to go, I mentioned this to Mori. We are Tuesday people, he said. Tuesday people, I repeated. Mori smiled. Mitch, you asked about caring for people I don't even know. But Can I tell you the thing I'm learning most about with this disease? What's that? The most important thing in life is to learn how to give out love and to let it come in. His voice dropped to a whisper. Let it come in. We think we don't deserve love. We think if we let it in, we'll become too soft. But a wise man named Levine said it right. He said, love is the only rational act. He repeated it carefully, pausing for effect. Love is the only rational act. I nodded like a good student. So, moving on, the second book I'm recommending you is The Love Story. This one is for all you die-hard romantics out there. This little book is going to make you smile, laugh, relate, curse, and cry. Yes, it's going to take you through all the phases of a love story. It's a pretty special book, not just any love story. I mean, you might have seen or read or experienced a lot of love stories in your lifetime, but this one is special. Let me read you the opening of this book for you. What can you say about a 25-year-old girl who died? That she was beautiful and brilliant, that she loved Mozart and Bach, and the Beatles, and me. Once, when she specifically lumped me with those musical types, I asked her, what was the order? She replied, smiling, alphabetical. At the time, I smiled too. But now I sit and wonder whether she was listing me by my first name, in which case I would trail Mozart, or by my last name, in which case I would edge in there between Bach and Beatles. Either way, I don't come first, which for one stupid reason bothers the hell out of me. Having grown up with the notion that I always had to be number one, family heritage, don't you know? Well, if that opening isn't intriguing enough, I don't know what is. If you are into romances, you ought to read this one. Moving on, the third book I want to recommend is And Then There Were None by the Queen of Crime, Agatha Christie. Yes, this book is going to keep you on the edge of your seat till you finish it. I mean, a mystery revolving around a nursery rhyme. Can you believe it? Done only, it can be done only by Agatha Christie, no one else. So, let me read the little poem, the little rhyme for you, and we'll see if you can guess what the mystery is. 10 little soldier boys went out to join. One choked his little self, and then there were 9. 9 little soldier boys sat up very late. One overslept himself, and then there were 8. 8 little soldier boys traveling in Devon. One said he'd stay there, and then there were 7. 7 little soldier boys chopping up sticks. One chopped himself in halves, and then there were 6. 6 little soldier boys playing with a hive. A bumblebee stung one, and then there were 5. 4 little soldier boys going in for law. One got in chancery, and then there were 4. 4 little soldier boys going out to sea. A red herring swallowed one, and then there were 3. 3 little soldier boys walking in the zoo. A big bear hugged one, and then there were 2. 2 little soldier boys sitting in the sun. One got frizzled up, and then there was 1. One little soldier boy left all alone, he went and hanged himself, and then there were none. Okay, so I'm sure you're dying to read this one now. Okay, so the fourth book I'm recommending you is The Jungle Book. Okay, so we have all seen the movie. We have all heard the song Jungle Jungle Baat Chali Hai, Pata Chala Hai. So, but we've just seen the movies. Have we read it? Most of us haven't, I guess. And do we know that there's more to the story than what we see in the movie? Really? Yes. So now is the time to jump into the jungle, run with the pack of wolves, learn the law of the jungle, hang out with Baloo, hunt with Kaa, or just chill with the Bandar Log. I can't recommend this fable enough. It's one of the best books ever made. Adults love it, children love it. This little book is going to make you nostalgic and feel good. Now, the last but not the least book I'm recommending is called Animal Farm. Well, this is a little complicated as this book can be interpreted in two ways. You can take it as a traditional fable where the animals stage a coup against the dominant and cruel humans. Or you can take it as a satire, almost like a dig at our political systems where people in power exploit it and the ones being oppressed live in their pretty protective bubbles of denial. Well, that got deep pretty fast, didn't it? So yeah, this book is something else. A tiny book which you can interpret in so many ways. Either take it casually or take it as a satire. It's a wonderful book, beautifully written, language easy enough to understand, and you can draw your own conclusions based on it. So this was my last recommendation. Now, I hope you read these and I hope you enjoy the journey of reading these books, experience these books. Well, they say that no two people read the same book, and I completely believe in it. So I'd love to know your views about these books in the comments below. I'll see you next time. Like this video if you found it useful, share it with your friends if you think they might like it, and I'll see you next time. Till then, keep smiling, keep reading, keep exploring. Bye-bye.